Sir, at the end here.
So on Ukraine, you said that.
Can you tell me your name and your outlet?
Oskar Gorzyński, Polish press agency.
Okay. Go ahead.
So you said that you're not going to react to a single quote from Russian officials, but over the past few weeks, Russia has made it pretty clear that they're not interested in real negotiations. They killed the U.S. citizen.
Mm-hmm.
They struck the Boeing office in Kiev, and the president has repeatedly threatened sanctions on Russia if that happens. So why no action yet? I mean, how does that show peace through strength?
Well, this is one of the reasons why we don't have negotiations in the press, debates between people reading things on the news, quotes in newspapers or made in a moment or on a website, that there are much more complex things that are happening. Other conversations, the culmination of multiple other negotiations with Iran is an example in one case, summits and negotiations with Russia and Ukraine, the parties themselves meeting. We've always said that we will not take, essentially for Russia, we're not going to listen to what they say, we're going to watch what they do. That remains true. But what you would do in this moment is not at issue. What matters are the people who've been involved for months now, dealing with the parties directly, the leaders of countries in the world, but the most powerful leader in the world right now, Donald Trump, who would likely know a little bit more about the nature of the situation than you or I, and I think you might have to agree that he may know more. So I think it's important to not second guess the president, and to not speculate, and to not presume that what he's doing is not in the process of peace, but in fact specifically in that track. And I'm wondering for Matt Lee, who's been studious with his phone, if you do have something you'd like to ask or add.
I actually do.
I'm surprised.
But my question is about
Matt Lee of the Associated Press, for those of you who don't know him. The two people in the world. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
The 25 of the 25,000. You said that you couldn't break it down.
That's correct.
How many were Israel, how many were West Bank, and how many were Iran.
That's right.
But is it correct that the only evacuation flight that has happened so far was the one for embassy staff and family members on Wednesday?
I will not characterize that or agree with you or not. I won't give you an answer to that. Sorry. It's one of those things we can't hear. In the days prior to this conflict, I might go back and forth with you, but I can't answer that.
Okay. Well, because there was a comment from the embassy spokesperson about that. So are you aware of when these people call? I assume they're calling the number that
yes, they are. I've called that number. I don't know if many of you have. You called that number? You can call that number, and you'll get someone from the State Department.
You don't go on to permanent hold?
No, they're busier now. After the briefing Tuesday, they're
sure.
busier.
So,
but be persistent and do the form online. That's always a good idea.
So the 25,000 people who have reached out,
yes,
have reached out via that platform, either online or calling.
Correct.
And they, do you know how many of those 25,000 have then taken the information that they've been given or the guidance that they've been given, and then left?
There's data that I won't be sharing, and even in general, it's not data that I can share with you. The fact that we got the number from the team, I felt really excited about. Now you're making me feel like it's not so good.
No, it
is.
is.
It's a great number, but I will not break it down.
Okay.
I will not go into descriptions that highlight a situation or an environment within this this region of conflict. I don't think it's wise.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, sir. All right, yes, sir. Back.
Thank you very much.